So our next presentation is going to be by Ainsley Goldman, a PhD candidate at the Ontario Institute for Studies in Education, whose talk is titled, All Together Now, How Students Actually Learn Through Internships.
In the last decade, the Canadian government has spent over $1 billion creating internship opportunities for students. But what if the fundamental way that we help students learn through these experiences was missing something? I study work-integrated learning. Let's call it WIL. It's an educational approach that combines classroom learning and real-world experience with industry and community partners. For example, internships are a common form of work-integrated learning. The literature tells us that we don't learn from experience alone. We learn from reflecting on experience. Reflection is an integral part of WIL. It is recognized globally as the gold standard. Students typically write reflection assignments individually, which are then graded by their professors. But despite our utter reliance on reflection, there's a lack of research into how grading a WIL reflection impacts how a student will write it. In fact, research from other areas suggests that when reflection assignments are graded, students censor them. I wanted to know how we can create WIL reflection assignments where students feel safe writing about their challenges and mistakes and actually learning from them. So I conducted qualitative interviews with 20 undergraduate students from arts, social sciences, and life sciences. I asked them about their experiences in the workplace and their experiences writing reflection assignments. As I predicted, they told me about the things they'd left out. At the end of one of my very first interviews, a student asked me why I was doing this research. I told her that I wanted to make WIL reflection assignments better. She laughed at me. She said, I never thought about the reflections. I only thought about the people that I met. In every interview afterwards, students told me about the importance of the relationships they developed through work-integrated learning with their professors, their classmates, their colleagues, and their managers. Furthermore, the students who didn't make any relationships talked about how the absence of relationships was a problem. Of course, this makes sense. Students get value from making workplace connections. But what I didn't know before was that when they were speaking with each other, they shared in depth the things that they had left out of their reflections. They would debrief after a hard day. They would get advice on how to deal with a difficult boss. They would navigate an ethical dilemma. They felt comfortable reflecting with others for two reasons. It wasn't written down as an official record of their real and sometimes messy thoughts. And having someone to bounce ideas off of actually deepened their reflections. Focusing on graded written reflections limits student learning. This discovery changes what we as educators can do moving forward. We don't need reflection assignments. We need real conversations.